Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing Borussia Dortmund 2, CF Monterrey 1, FIFA Club World Cup 2025, round of 16. Borussia Dortmund will advance, and the final team to advance to the quarterfinals after beating Monterrey, which first half, 2 mistakes by Monterrey put them down 2. Monterrey scores early the second half, and Dortmund was holding on for dear life until the very end because Monterrey was pushing, and there was a horrible ref in this game. Horrible calls, missed free kicks, missed fouls. Honestly, in both sides, but especially Monterrey because they had the lion's share of the ball, especially in the second half. Overall, Monterrey, I feel sorry for them. I said they could win this game. I feel like they almost did. The stats tell you exactly that this game was not a domination by Dortmund. It was 2 mistakes. Dortmund pounced on Adeyemi and Guirassy. Jumping on those mistakes. And then Kobel making a lot of saves. If Tecatito scores a couple of his chances, not even all of them, a couple, they win Monterrey. Tecatito missed so many damn chances too. With that being said, Borussia Dortmund 2, CF Monterrey 1, la Copa Mundial de Clubes de la FIFA, octavos de final, Dortmund avanzar de la cuartos de final contra Real Madrid, Monterrey eliminado. Dortmund avanzar, cuartos de final. Monterrey, they deserve better. They really did. Zeroh Guirassy scores the 14th minute. Ball horribly played forward by Dortmund, or by Monterrey, I should say. Monterrey basically gave it away. Guirassy's on it, and he takes the shot and pops it in past Andrade into the net as Andrade's diving, but he doesn't know where it's going. Guirassy pops it in 1-0, 14 minutes in, 1-0. 24th minute, Adeyemi has it. He plays it in to Guirassy. Guirassy puts it past Andrade into the net. He beats Andrade again on another mistake that leads to Dortmund getting the ball, to Adeyemi getting the ball, and Guirassy finishes it off the assist. 24 minutes in, 2-0, 2-0. Halftime 2-0, 2-0, and Dortmund look like they're running away with this. Even though Monterrey has had their moments and they were trying to CONCACAF Dortmund and they were trying to fall into it. Dortmund almost fell into it. The CONCACAFing as it is. Dortmund got the 2 goals they needed. Adeyemi, Guirassy, 2 good players. I think I know who I'm going to give man of the match to. Kobel with a lot of saves. Tecatito had good chances in both halves. Right at Kobel. Over the bar. Right at Kobel. Like, Tecatito could have been a hero tonight. Legitimately. And he sort of was playing the 9. He sort of fell in. And he had really good chances. If he just scored. All those chances he missed, and Guirassy did the same on the other end as well a couple of times after his 2 goals. There's a thing that this game could have been decided way differently if somebody would have finished their damn chances. Dortmund finished theirs. Monterrey didn't, except for, halftime, 2-0, 2-0 medio tiempo, but the 48th minute, Herman Berterame scores. Header comes off of Dortmund, headed across the net, across the face of goal. Berterame heads it in to the far post, across the goal, and there's your goal. Herman Berterame gets the header goal, 2-1, 2-1. Monterrey ties it up early in the second half, and they start turning the momentum. And frankly, the whole second half, the game changed. Monterrey were the better team, especially the mistakes were gone. Andrade played better. Tecatito, more chances. Berterame, a couple of chances. They started to wake up. The subs really put a punch into this game for Monterrey as well. The referee definitely hurt Monterrey as time went on. Missed a couple of obvious fouls where they could have had a free kick, a set-piece opportunity, and we see what happens there. With that being said, though, Monterrey, I said they could win this game. I predicted them to win this game. They looked like a team who could have done it. They weren't off the pace that much. They made 2 mistakes in the first half, 10 minutes apart, leads to them losing this game because they could not get the second goal. to send it to extra time. They could not get the second to lead to the third. If they got the second earlier, which it looked like they could have, and they almost did, offside takes it away. Berterame offside, took it away. If they get that goal, momentum completely shifts. They probably get the third before 90 minutes. But they didn't. 2-1 full-time. Dos uno. Dortmund advances. Dortmund avanzad. Full-time stats are as follows. 6 shots to 14. 3 shots on goal to 7. 42% possession to 58% possession. 429 pass to 604. 85% pass accuracy to 89% pass accuracy. 13 fouls to 9. 5 offside to 2. 2 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 3 corners to 5. Again, Dortmund was not the better team. They jumped on 2 mistakes. They jumped on 2 defensive mistakes by Monterrey. Horrible passes away to Dortmund. For me, when it comes down to it, I'm going to say this. Dortmund won the game. They scored the goals. They did not outplay Monterrey. Monterrey was the better team for most of the game, and they kind of got screwed. Let's be real. Monterrey was the better team. Point blank, period. Monterrey deserved more than this. They deserved to get more out of this. They deserved extra time at the very least. In the end, sometimes you just got to finish your chances. And honestly, again, Tecatito, he had all those chances. He had so many chances. The goal came off of Berterame. Also, the offside goal was Berterame. Tecatito shot so many balls at Gregor Kobel. It's mind-numbing. But at least he was in the position to do that. With that being said, I got to look at this game and say, hey, Tecatito, he could have been a hero. He needed to finish at least 2 of those chances, if not 1. He finishes 2 of those chances, 3-2 Monterrey. We're not talking about it like this. He would have been man of the match if he could finish. Tecatito played that well. He just didn't have the finishing product. The ball went right to Gregor Kobel. It was like he was a damn Roomba at that point. With that being said, man of the match for me, Serhou Guirassy. 2 goals off 2 mistakes. Man of the match. Has to be. He's the reason why Dortmund advanced. Because if he doesn't pounce on those mistakes, if Adeyemi doesn't give him the ball after pouncing on a mistake, they lose. They lose. Again, he had multiple chances just like Tecatito. He had 2 that were absolutely nailed on and he finished them. Just like Tecatito had a couple of nailed on chances. Weren't really mistakes, but he made those up. There was a difference there. He made those chances up. He did not score them. Serhou Guirassy had nailed-on chances. There were mistakes from Monterrey, and he made them pay. They win 2-1 because of that. Dortmund won because of him. Just like Monterrey lost because Tecatito couldn't finish. A good game from Tecatito Corona. An amazing game from Tecatito. If only he could finish, he would have been a hero and put Monterrey through to the quarterfinals to play Real Madrid. But that's the thing that changes this game. Dortmund took their chances. Dortmund made Monterrey pay for mistakes. Monterrey created chances at the feet of Tecatito Corona multiple times, more than 2 times, about 5 to 7 times this game, I'd say. All of them went at the goalie. They could not score 1. They score 1 extra time. They score 2. He's a hero. They go on to the quarterfinals. Monterrey deserved better. They deserved better, but they don't get better because Tecatito, good game. I'm not saying he didn't. Good game. Misses chances. Serhou Guirassy scored his chances. There's your difference. It's right there, black and white, on the score sheet. The stats say Monterrey were the team pressing for more and were the better team, especially that second half. They were turning the momentum, and they would have turned it even more if they got a second goal. They would have won this game if they would have got a second goal. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not trying to say Dortmund didn't deserve it. Dortmund survived because they jumped on Monterrey's mistakes. But when Monterrey stopped making mistakes, this was their game. But Tecatito, couldn't score his chances. And here we are. They are out. And Dortmund survives. Dortmund survives. They'll play Real Madrid, but it will not be a Bellingham derby because Job has a second yellow card accumulation. He will be suspended for that Madrid game. So the big storyline of it is gone. Jude versus Job. It will not happen, at least here. Now, the good news is both clubs are in the Champions. Wait, no. I'll have to check that. But if both clubs are in the Champions League, I think Dortmund made a run up to Champions League, didn't they? They did. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know they were at 10th when they fired Sahin, but I think they did make a run with Kovac to Champions League spots, didn't they? So, again, correct me if I'm wrong. But it could happen there. It could happen there. If not this year, next year. With that being said, well, ooh, wait, though, but Jude's getting shoulder surgery, so it might still not happen. Damn, they get drawn together. Hopefully the knockouts, because that's more likely. Either way, with that being said, or they could play together at the World Cup. I want both. Either way, so no Bellingham derby. That's the worst thing about this match. And the referee sucked. And Monterrey, they were so close, but yet so far. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for the round of 16 recap quarterfinal predictions for the Club World Cup. And I will be live for both Gold Cup semifinals. USA, Guatemala, just alive. Mexico, Honduras, live RSR for the later match of the night. We'll have our finalists for the Gold Cup at the end of tomorrow night. Thursday, we'll have the Gold Cup semifinal recap. Tell you how my predictions went down. And then TFC versus NYCFC. NYCFC versus TFC live RSR at the end of the night. 2 videos, 1 live, 2 videos, 1 recap, 1 review. Friday, we will be live for 2 of the Club World Cup quarterfinals. The Fluminense Al Hilal and Palmeiras Chelsea quarters. Double live, 1 review. Saturday, the same for Dortmund PSG and Real Madrid versus Dortmund. 2 lives, 1 review. The later game gets the review. Sunday, we will do... Also, Saturday, we'll have Gold Cup predictions at about 8 o'clock. Because the games are so early, we'll put out the Gold Cup predictions around 8 o'clock for the Gold Cup final. Then Sunday, we have the Gold Cup final, live RSR. And maybe I'll be live for the British Grand Prix in the morning. So, we'll see. But I have enough time to do both. And even review the British Grand Prix if I want to do 2 lives, 2 reviews, but we'll see. Monday, the quarterfinal recap, semifinal predictions for the Club World Cup. Tuesday, semifinal 1, live RSR. Semifinal 2, live RSR on Wednesday. Plus, the Forge Montreal second leg of the Can Champ, the Canadian Championship second leg between Forge and Montreal. Forge has the lead. Let's see if Forge can hold on. And then Thursday, we have the semifinal recap of the Club World Cup. Friday, we have the Gold Cup final prediction. Saturday, Toronto, Atlanta, live RSR. Sunday, the Club World Cup final. Sunday after this one, so the 13th. Of course, the Club World Cup final, live and review. So, there you go. There you go. So that's the next 2 weeks. We got a lot of stuff to do. Of course, I'll put streams up as we go. Not completely in one shot, as we go. So the next you'll see up is the Gold Cup and the TFC game. And there you go. Even before I put up the recap video. With that being said, though, I will see you earlier tomorrow for that recap video. Then we'll be on for the Gold Cup. So about midday for the review video. That's what we'll start all day. Then we'll go on for the Gold Cup. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.